Hello and welcome to this video on brewing your own ginger beer. Ginger beer is one of the easiest things you can brew yourself. It is refreshing and easily made as both an alcoholic and non-alcoholic variant. This can be produced both on a small and large scale at home. What follows is a recipe and method for producing a 5-liter batch, but is easily scaled up to 20 liters. Before doing anything, make sure you organize your ingredients that are listed in the description, and sanitize your equipment. You begin by creating a ginger syrup in this version. You will need a large pot, table sugar, water, and ginger. Peel 4 tablespoons of ginger if fresh, and then grate it. If you are using dry ginger, you can skip to the next step. It is important to note that a simple but effective rule of thumb is that for every unit of fresh herb, you use only half as much of the dried version that is needed. That is 2 tablespoons of dried ginger, 4 tablespoons of fresh ginger, or an appropriate ratio of both. Combine your ginger with 4 cups of sugar and 4 cups of water. Heat this until the sugar is dissolved. Be careful not to overheat this as it can caramelize. Cover and put it to a side to sit for a day and cool. Now you strain the ginger syrup to remove the solid pieces. This can be used like a cordial or concentrate now if you want to make non-alcoholic ginger beer more easily. If instead you want to make something a little more interesting, try the following. Take your syrup and add this to a fermenter of your choosing. In this case, it is a 5-liter demijohn. To the fermenter, add a further 3.5 liters of water, 100 milliliters of lemon juice, and stir. Now you add yeast, and in an ideal world, you would try to add an ale yeast, but bakers or similar strains will perform, but it will have an adverse effect on the flavor. Close the fermenter, add an airlock, and fill it with a liquid of your choice, like the 90% alcohol seen here. You can do this in smaller volumes without an airlock by opening the bottle every day. However, this is far more dangerous and is ill-advised. If doing this, use either a swing-top bottle or plastic bottles, which are kept in a larger plastic tub. These will either self-open when pressures get too high, or the plastic will crack and split rather than explode. The tub keeps the mess in one place, rather than all over the room it was kept in. Keep this fermentation in a cool place, ideally somewhere between 15 and 25 degrees. Any higher and you will get off flavors. Any lower and fermentation will be very slow, and you will likely need to use a lager yeast. The process will take between 3 and 7 days depending on the yeast and total sugar added. It will also be already carbonated. This recipe can be modified with some of the following. Add light malt instead of the table sugar. This gives the ginger beer a deeper, richer taste. You can also add some fruit juice after the first fermentation, and in each smaller bottle. Add it after, as some juices should not be part of the primary fermentation. Orange juice is a good option as the tart flavor helps balance the ginger beer. If you are gluten allergic, the malt option can be changed out for honey or similar. During the syrup stage, you can add cinnamon and lemon zest. More adventurous people can try chilies or cardamon. If you are trying to make a non-alcoholic but carbonated ginger beer, proceed with the same recipe, but reduce the sugar to about 1/4. This should mitigate most of the alcohol production. This is a very basic recipe, but it gives you somewhere to start from, and is an interesting option for Christmas instead of mulled wine, eggnog, or similar festive beverages. And, going into a new year, you'll find that you may enjoy this during summer. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it interesting or useful, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please post any comments, questions, or suggestions below.